朋友们，今天看到一个视频，非常的有意思。这是一档美国的约会节目，但是里面的对话挺有趣的。相关视频放在节目后半段。一个美国的白人男性主持人和一个5岁就前往美国生活，当前呢18岁的中国女生进行对话交流。这个女生表明自己拥有中国国籍和美国绿卡，明确表态绝不计划加入美国国籍，即便早已满足入籍条件，也坚持放弃规划。他每年大部分时间在美国接受教育，只有放寒暑假才返回中国。但是他中文非常流利，而且文化认同上也始终把中国视为真正的家。家人也计划等子女完成学业之后一同回国。他自身的长期职业目标也是回到中国的一线城市，从事会计师相关工作。那面对主持人提出的中美在无对错、无道德争议的中立军事冲突下会效忠哪一方的尖锐问题时，女生是毫不犹豫地选择效忠中国。在交流中他还主动对比了中美的差异，夸赞中国基建效率极高，办事流程简洁，社会整体凝聚力和稳定性是远远优于社会撕裂、极化严重的美国。同时他还是受了西方舆论的影响，也存在着对中国的刻板认知。比如错误地认为中国的教育体系会损害学生的身心健康。主持人是全程围绕着国籍选择、文化归属、国家忠诚、中美制度以及发展差异等等角度不断的追问，还流露出对中国的片面化担忧与误解。简单的点评几句吧。首先这个在美国长大、长期生活在西方环境中的中国女生其表现是极其难得的，值得大力称赞。她从5岁起就在美国生活，长期浸润在美国的社会教育和文化环境中，但始终没有被西方环境同化，也没有忘记自己的中国人身份，更没有产生入籍美国、效忠美国的想法。骨子里的思维方式、价值认同和情感归属完完全全是中国人。内心坚定效忠的也始终是自己的祖国中国。那在国外的公开节目上，面对主持人的层层追问和潜在的立场引导，他敢于据理力争，主动维护祖国的形象，认可我们的发展优势。那这一份刻在骨子里的家国情怀、民族认同和立场坚定下，在那下长期就在海外生活长大的华裔群体中属实是凤毛麟角。那这个坚守与底气值得每个国人肯定。但是与此同时我们也要客观地看待他的身份选择。他持有中国国籍和美国绿卡，家人也希望借这样的身份实现中美两地通行、生活、求学的双重便利，试图两头通吃，享受两边的红利。那从中国人的传统价值观和民族情感来看，这种行为本质上还是属于精致利己主义。现实中很多国人对这一类群体感到反感，难以认同，这种情绪完全是合情合理，可以理解的。毕竟家国认同本应该非常纯粹，两头获利的选择难免会让人产生立场不纯粹的观感。我们今天之所以称赞他，正是因为他这样的选择中国的人毕竟是少数。大部分同样生活经历的美国华裔选择当美国人，留在美国效忠美国。而且今天他选择中国主要还是因为中国强大了嘛，各方面都比美国更好。如果是10年前、20年前中国明显落后一大截的情况下，这个女生还会坚定地选择中国吗？那还真不好说了。除此之外，女生对于中国教育的看法也暴露出她被欧美快乐教育的虚假话术深度的洗脑，形成了严重而且错误的刻板认知。她认为中国教育对学生的身心有害，却完全忽略了最核心的真相。欧美所谓的快乐教育从来都是分层的、双标的。欧美上层家庭的孩子同样在高强度的刻苦学习，背负着不亚于中国学生的学业压力，却从未有人指责这种高强度的学习损害了他们的身心健康。就拿这个女生来说，如果她的华裔家长没有重视孩子的教育，那么华裔孩子一定也是上不了欧美的好大学的。欧美面向底层普通孩子推行的所谓快乐教育本质上是精心设计的骗局，看似让孩子轻松快乐，实则是刻意的让底层的孩子回避竞争，放弃努力，早早的从未来的社会竞争中退出，彻底丧失向上流动的机会。 反观中国的教育的公平性体现在最真实的层面，保安、保洁、农民工等等最普通底层孩子的家庭，只要愿意刻苦学习、努力拼搏，就完全有机会凭借知识改变命运。未来和富裕家庭的孩子在同一家互联网公司大厂、同一家金融机构并肩工作，甚至能成为对方的领导。这种阶级跨越的通道在中国始终是通畅且公平的。的确难度变高了，但是这不是制度设计的原因，只是因为竞争的分母人数变多了而已。而在美国这是绝对不可能实现的国情。美国的制度设计从人生起跑线开始，就一步步剥夺底层孩子家庭的竞争资格，为有钱人的子女腾出所有优质资源和高薪岗位。毕竟任何国家的高薪岗位、优质机会那都是有限的。在西方社会优质岗位已经被有钱有势的家庭子女垄断，形成了固化的阶级壁垒。而中国看似激烈的内卷，本质上是所有孩子不分出身、不分贫富，都站在同一起跑线上，公平争抢机会。这种全民参与的激烈竞争虽然带来了很大压力，但是是保障社会阶层流动、维护社会长期稳定的最核心手段。中国历史上并非没有出现过门阀垄断、阶级固化的制度，最终的衰败和崩塌结局，所有人都有目共睹。而美国和西方如今正在走这一条老路，这种有钱人通吃的门阀制模式注定是没有长远的未来。现在看似没有崩塌，只不过是危机爆发的时间还没有到来罢了。前阵子不就有人大代表提出未来中国将要取消高考吗？结果立刻遭到了全国各界人士的一致痛骂。这个现象恰恰说明，教育平权、公平竞争的理念已经深深扎根于每一个中国人心中，成为全社会的共识。这也是中国社会始终保持活力、拥有无限潜力的关键所在。而这一点是被快乐教育洗脑、对中国教育抱有偏见的人永远无法真正理解的。最后总结一下，这个女生总的来说还是值得肯定的。尽管有精致利己的嫌疑，但是毕竟大部分人都是普通人，都是趋利避害的。那只要他们没有明确的损害中国利益的情况下，我们是可以尽量去包容的。包容他们总比包容那些在中国当大爷的洋垃圾要强多了吧。更何况他在节目中为中国辩护，据理力争。你别说华裔了，很多中国人都没这个勇气。遇到洋人就伪了，总想着顺着他们，讨好他们。那这个女生代表了新一代中国年轻人的形象。他们不是不了解西方，反而是越了解西方，越热爱祖国。
You were born in China, is that correct? Anybody else born not in the United States? I mean,
I'm born in England.
But you don't live here, so.
No, I don't live here.
Anybody else? Anyone born somewhere else? Okay. You're Indian and you're Indian, is that correct? Do you feel strong cultural ties to your heritage or your culture, like Indian culture? Or?
Yeah, because there's so many different ethnic groups in India since it's a subcontinent. And I'm Punjabi personally, and the big stereotype with Punjabis is you'll always know because they'll always tell you because we're really prideful people.
Okay. What about you, Molly?
I mean, I feel a lot of pride for my culture, but honestly, my parents had a love marriage. And they both came here when they were really young. And they also, I don't know any Indian languages. They spoke fully English in our house.
Gotcha.
I know a lot of immigrant parents. Okay. They'll speak their native language in their house and their kids are raised up on it. No, my parents spoke fully English.
Sure.
And also they were religious, but we never went to temple much. I don't consider myself religious at all. So
Gotcha.
I'm not super Indian.
So you moved to the United States when you were 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you have Chinese citizenship.
Yes.
But you don't have U.S. citizenship yet.
I don't, and I don't plan on getting it.
Oh, you don't plan on getting it? But
I could have already gotten it because I'm 18 already, but I don't plan on naturalizing, so.
Oh, why is that?
Because I do have plans to return back to China, and if I were to naturalize, every time I go back would be an hassle to have to get a visa and get approved. But then right now where I'm sitting with a Chinese citizenship, a Chinese passport with a green card, it gives me the freedom to just travel freely between two countries. So I can go back to China for 2 months, which I did, and come back and be perfectly fine, not have to sign any paperwork or anything.
If you had to estimate, in terms of, so you're 18, in terms of total time spent in each country, what would be the
ratio?
The breakdown, yeah.
I'd say like, because I come here for school. Like the reason why my family came to the US was so, my siblings and I could get an American education. So I'd say like for 10 months out of the year, I'm here. And then like the summertime, I go back to my.
Since you were 5?
Well, not every summer. Sometimes in summers, like I have plans and like I have like tutoring, like I have like extracurriculars, but when I have the time, yeah, pretty much. I'm still pretty connected to the culture over there, if that's what you're saying. Like I'm fluent in my language.
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
speak Mandarin.
Yeah.
But you lived there entirely for your first 5 years?
Yes.
And then you came here and you spend most of the time here in the United States?
Yeah, after I moved here.
I'm trying to think if you spend like 1 to 2 months, maybe it's like 70-30%. Is that fair to say?
70-30.
70-30%, 70% in the United States. And your parents don't plan to naturalize to the United States either? Is that correct?
They don't either. They are just waiting for us to finish school and then they're also going back to China.
Okay. Are your parents like diplomats or something, or what do they do?
What do you mean? Like for work? Or?
Yeah, for work.
Well, my mom, she's a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't do anything. And my dad works at Apple.
At Apple? Okay.
Like
he's like a software engineer or?
No, he does something like in HR, but he, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Is the only one that works in our family. And he's supporting.
You have siblings?
Yeah, I have an older sister who goes to UCSB and a younger brother who's 10 years old.
10 years old? Mm-hmm. And are they going to stay here until he graduates from college?
High school. And then at least
18.
High school. Yeah.
So another 8 years.
Yeah.
And are you going to stay here until your parents move back, or you're moving back as soon as you're done with college?
Well, it depends on like where I locate based on my career, because I'm trying to get my CPA after my degree. So we'll just see. I'm not sure. But my long-term goal is to do Big Four accounting in like a city in China. So.
Oh, interesting. So how do you, I guess like how do you come, I'm not maybe unaware of the process. If the goal is not to naturalize, how do you come and stay in the United States like long-term? Like does your father have H-1B visa or?
No,
I don't know what it would be categorized as, but.
I actually am not too familiar with how we really got here.
Your dad's
I just know like we knew people who were just able to do it for us. I don't know what you want me to say about that.
But you guys like you guys are here legitimately, not like illegally or something. Okay.
You can't call ice on me. I'm here legally.
No, I'm just curious like what the categorization is, because there's different ways to stay here long term.
Utilizing your school. Oh, I saw that comment. Yep, exactly.
You don't need to justify yourself.
That's interesting. I have a question for you. It's interesting though, because you're not planning to naturalize. You're not planning to gain citizenship. Although you've lived the majority of your life in the United States, you've enjoyed the benefits of living in the United States. You've enjoyed the prosperity of living in the United States, the education system of the United States. Did you go to a public school for high school?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a question for you.
Go ahead.
So imagine a completely neutral, hypothetical situation where neither the United States or China is the aggressor, neither has done anything unethical, and there's no moral dimension, just a military conflict that exists. In that value-neutral scenario, to which side would your allegiance be? The United States or China?
China, I'd say.
Okay.
And that's obviously biased because I'm Chinese from China and most of my family's there. But, like you said, like you're confused why, like I don't want to naturalize being in the US for like such a long period of time. I think like being here for a long period of time made me realize that I personally like my life in China better. Like it's more convenient. It's easier. Like politics aside.
Most of your life here.
Yes, correct. But not by choice, because I go to school here.
Sure.
Like once this is over, of course I want to be back home, like where I feel happiest.
All right, I guess that's interesting.
And for me, home is China, not the United States.
I wonder if I don't even know if would that be possible for an American to do in China what your parents like. I don't know if
it's not possible,
and I don't know if you gave that answer or if an American gave the answer you gave in China, how that would go over. But
very well. Correct.
But luckily for us, America has pretty robust freedoms, especially related to speech, perhaps unprecedented on the global stage. But okay, that's interesting. I mean, my argument does crumble it crumbles a little bit in the sense that you're not a citizen of the United States. You're not trying to naturalize. So like, it kind of makes sense, but it is interesting. It's like you have lived the majority of your life here, although you're 18. So you've been under I don't know if control is the right word, but like you've been under the authority of your parents for your whole life, basically.
Yeah.
So like when you're 15, you can't be like, fuck you, mom, I'm going back to China. You can't do that, really.
Yeah.
Your parents have authority over you. They're your guardians. And
correct.
But it is interesting. It is an interesting thought. You know, we've asked this question before to people who have like dual citizenship or who naturalized as American citizens. Like we had one girl who came from, I think it was Colombia, was it? Do you remember, Mary, that episode? We had a girl who came here, immigrated here from Colombia, became she wasn't a legal immigrant, became a naturalized American citizen. And she said that her allegiance was still to Colombia. And I found that interesting. But in your case, it's a bit different. I don't know. I think we're cooked in America. Honestly, look, I gotta be, chat. Let me ask the chat.
Why do you think I want out?
Well, you know, the thing is that I think China is doing a lot of things, in some ways better than the United States. Like, I feel like I've seen construction videos.
Oh, like, yeah. Construction there is insanely fast.
Gets done. Like,
in a month.
They've been, I don't want to say the location, but like there's all kinds of construction around just Santa Barbara, right? Man, that shit is like, what are they doing? It takes fucking years for them to do a little patch of road. It's like, but in China, I feel like they get shit done. And I wonder if that's because there's probably a bit more of a monoculture.
I think there's an incentive here too. The longer you take, the more these companies that we contract with can make money.
Yeah, I think it's just the structure of how things are. Like in China, you know, like the CCP, everything's run under one organization versus here, like there's so many bills and like papers that have to be passed, so much paperwork that has to be done to do anything. That in China, it's just like, okay, once said and done. Like they just get straight to it. Here, it's like so many approvals. It's just like how our leaders, like our government runs, I guess. I think like that has...
Wait, but here's my question, chat. Chat, do you guys think... I'm worried, bro. I'm worried. I think that, I feel like China is a bit of a threat. You know, I think that they're gonna...
surpass you?
I think the Chinese...
It's already happened.
England as well.
Well, she says it's already happened. I don't know about that. But in some ways, I do think that...
Have you ever been to China? Let me ask you that.
No, I haven't. But I think that there's a lot of social upheaval in the United States. There's a lot of political polarization, social polarization in the United States. The United States has multiculturalism. Look, in China, you have like Uyghurs and I don't know if I said that right, but there are different, like, I guess, ethno groups. I don't know if that's even like in China, but generally like the people in China, they're like Chinese heritage. Whereas here in the United States, like multiculturalism, I don't really think you have multiculturalism. In China, you have Chinese culture.
Yes, but we do have like India, like we have a lot of different ethnic groups. Majority are like the Han ethnic group, which is what I am, but like there's a lot of there's like a lot of cultures within China too. I wouldn't just categorize like all of China into one Chinese culture. Like depending on what region you're in, they eat different foods, they have different practices, different beliefs. They even look different. Like people in the north tend to be taller than people in the south because of like climate differences. I don't think it's like all categorized as one. I don't know if that helps, but.
Well, I don't think China's fully caught up quite yet to the United States, but I would say that China has I think China probably has a better foundation for social cohesion than the United States does. So I think like the fall of the United States, I don't think is going to be external. I think the fall of the United States would be internal.
Internal, correct.
Which I think would be very unlikely for China, for example. I don't think there's enough political polarization or social upheaval in China. And so, by the way, I apologize. We're totally getting off fucking fucking talking about geopolitics in China. I don't know, chat. What do you guys think? I mean, isn't it just true though? Like, we got a lot of fucking polarization, societal upheaval in the United States. China seems a bit more cohesive a little bit among its populace.
But isn't their education better? So I'm not sure, but I'm just.
Well, it is, but like the way they do it, like the system is like really detrimental to like students' mental health. It's like, yeah, at the end of the day, like I guess you can say like China pumps out smarter kids or whatever, but like, yeah, I think like their education system is something that I wouldn't really like approve of. So like, yeah, that's why I'm studying here and then like taking this knowledge back. But
and would you argue that China like values STEM more than America does?
That I actually am not too sure.
They probably
so I
do.
Wouldn't say. But
the Chinese government has more control, way more control. Like for example, the Chinese government can kind of dictate. I believe didn't the Chinese government? There's something about how the men were becoming too feminine. Or wait, fuck! I'm trying to remember what this was. Mary, are you Googling it?
Yeah.
Something like they were like, all right, these fucking little.
China promotes education drive to make boys more manly.
Well, there was something like, okay, if you're on TikTok.
China bans effeminate men on TV.
Right, yeah. Like if you're on TikTok in China, they're gonna like the algorithm on TikTok, and I guess it's named something different in China.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They're gonna show, like they're gonna push in the algorithm like science videos. They're gonna push educational videos. Whereas here in the United States, the TikTok app is going to push like retarded dances and like just brain rot fucking just slop fucking content. And that's something proactive that the Chinese government is doing to like not rot the brains of their youth.
You don't have access to everything on the internet either there, right? Because I had one of my exes had gone to China, and besides it being like very difficult to, get approval to go to China, I remember he had to get like a VPN to access certain sites or whatever it was.
Yeah, that is true for sure.
Anyways, whatever.